Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Armageddon. Today we're going to be featuring a Brawl deck with Bruenor Battlehammer as our commander, as part of our series of Brawl videos featuring commanders from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Bruenor has an ability that can be activated once each turn to attach any equipment to a creature for free. He also has a passive ability that buffs a creature's power for each equipment attached to it. Naturally, his best home is an equipment deck. So let's go through the deck, starting with our ramp. Chrome Mox can help us get off to a quick start, while the new Freya Crescent from Final Fantasy can ramp out our equipment. We even have two red creatures that can tap for mana, Sunset Strike Master and the new Zookeeper Mechan from Edge of Eternities. We have most of the ramp artifacts at 2 mana available on Arena: Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart, Guardian Idol, Mind Stone, Ornithopter of Paradise, Solar Transformer, and the Iron Crag. We also have the new Boros Signet and Talisman of Conviction from the latest Anthology expansion. At 3 mana, the new Blitzball from Final Fantasy can be sacrificed to draw 2 cards if one of our legendary creatures hits the opponent, while Phial of Galadriel can let us draw an additional card if we draw while empty-handed. The Celestus gains us life and lets us loot as it switches between day and night, and can be activated to switch between day and night, while Worn Power Stone adds 2 mana. Next we have the bulk of our equipment. Colossus Hammer is great to equip with our commander, as it gives a creature +10/+10, although it normally has an equip cost of 8, while Shadow Spear gives the equipped creature trample and lifelink, and has an activated ability to make opposing permanents lose hexproof and indestructible. Black Blade Reforged buffs a creature equal to the number of lands we control, and can be equipped to legendary creatures cheaply, while Hero's Heirloom buffs the equipped creature and, if that creature is legendary, gives it trample and haste. Forgeborn Phoenix can be attached to a creature to give it flying, and can return from our graveyard to the battlefield if an equipped creature hits the opponent. It also grants that ability to creatures it is equipped to, while Sword of Vengeance boosts a creature's power and gives it a host of keywords. Bladehold Cleaver comes attached to a Revel token, and when the creature it is attached to dies, lets us draft a card from its spellbook, while Leyline Axe can be put straight onto the battlefield for free if it is in our opening hand, and buffs the equipped creature, giving it double strike and trample. The Ether Spark picks up loyalty counters when the creature it is attached to hits the opponent, which makes it easy to enable its minus ability to draw 2 cards, or its ultimate to add 10 mana of any one color, while the new Machinist's Arsenal from Final Fantasy enters attached to a hero token and gives a massive buff to the equipped creature that gets better the more artifacts we control. Dragonwing Glider enters attached to a hero token and gives the equipped creature flying and haste, while the new Genji Glove from Final Fantasy gives double strike and gives us an additional combat phase whenever the creature it is attached to attacks. Finally, Ember Cleave gets a discount equal to the number of attacking creatures and can be flashed in. It automatically equips to a creature, giving the equipped creature double strike and trample, so it can sometimes win games out of nowhere. Next we have our card advantage. Soul Stealer Axe gives the equipped creature trample, and whenever the creature equipped with it hits the opponent, we seek a card with mana value equal to the damage dealt, while SRAM Senior Edificer, aka Furion Swordmaster, draws a card whenever we cast an equipment spell. Stonehaven Outfitter buffs our equipped creatures and draws a card whenever one of our equipped creatures dies, while Stoneforge Mystic searches up any equipment when it enters, and has an activated ability to put any equipment from our hand onto the battlefield for only 2 mana. The new Cloud Midgar Mercenary from Final Fantasy searches up any equipment when he enters, and doubles any triggered abilities of equipment that are attached to him, while Armed Scavenger drafts an equipment from its spellbook during our upkeep and discounts equip costs. When Fighter class enters, it lets us search up any equipment and can be leveled up to discount equip costs and force opposing creatures to block, while Jorkadin, first Gold Warden, is buffed by the number of equipped creatures we control when he attacks, and draws a card if his power is 4 or greater. Rogue's Gloves draws a card when the creature it is attached to hits the opponent, while Junkyard Scrapper finds us additional artifacts to play whenever a non-token artifact we control enters. Meanwhile, Kellen the Fey-Blooded has an Adventure, Birthright boon, that can search up any equipment, and has Double Strike. He also buffs the power of all our other creatures equal to the number of equipment attached to him. Akiri Fearless Voyager draws a card whenever we attack with at least one equipped creature, and can give equipped creatures indestructible for 1 mana, while the new Buster Sword from Final Fantasy draws a card when the creature it is attached to hits the opponent, and lets us cast a spell for free. Astor, Bearer of Blades, looks at the top 7 cards of our library for equipment, and massively discounts our equip costs, while Godo, Bandit Warlord, aka Gilgamesh Weapon Collector, lets us search our library for any equipment and put it directly onto the battlefield. What is more, when Godo attacks for the first time each turn, we get an additional combat phase. When the new Gilgamesh Master at Arms from Final Fantasy enters or attacks, we put any number of equipment from the top 6 cards of our library directly onto the battlefield and can attach them to Gilgamesh right away. While Nahiri, Forged in Fury, gets a discount the more equipment we control, and exiles cards from the top of our library that we can play until end of turn when we attack with equipped creatures, and we can cast equipment spells exiled this way for free. Next, we have other ways of discounting the equip costs of our equipment or of letting us attach equipment for free. When Kemba's Outfitter enters, it lets us permanently change the equip cost of one of our equipment, either on the battlefield or in our hand, to just 1 mana, while Sigarda's Aid lets us cast our equipment at instant speed and lets us attach an equipment to a creature for free when that equipment enters. Blacksmith's Talent creates a sword token when it enters, and can be leveled up to attach an equipment to a creature for free at the start of combat, and then to give equipped creatures Double Strike and Haste, while Forge Anew lets us return an equipment from our graveyard to the battlefield when it enters, lets us attach an equipment to a creature for free once each turn, and lets us attach equipment at instant speed during our turn. Finally, while Halvar, God of Battle, is in play, all our equipped creatures have Double Strike, and lets us move an equipment from one creature to another for free at the beginning of combat. He can also be played as an equipment, Sword of the Realms, that returns the equipped creature to our hand when it dies. Our final category consists of our interaction. The new Slash of Light from Final Fantasy deals damage to a creature equal to the number of creatures and equipment we control, while Chainsaw is an equipment that deals 3 damage to a creature when it enters, and gets stronger as more creatures die. Celestial Armor can be flashed in, and attaches to a creature for free when it enters, giving the equipped creature hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. It also boosts the equipped creature's power and gives it flying, while Rebel Salvo deals 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker and gets a discount the more equipment we control. Darksteel Plate, reprinted in Final Fantasy Commander and also in the new Anthology expansion, gives the equipped creature indestructible, while Mithril Coat can be flashed in and attaches to a legendary creature for free when it enters, also giving the equipped creature indestructible. The new Judgment Bolt from Final Fantasy deals 5 damage to a creature and damages the opponent equal to the number of equipment we control, while the new Ultima weapon from Final Fantasy destroys a creature when the creature it is attached to attacks. Our mana base has lots of dual lands that mostly come into play untapped, along with all of the fetched lands that search up plains and mountains, including our non-basic ones. We have a number of utility lands, including the new Adagia Windswept Bastion from Edge of Eternities, which can create token copies of our artifacts, Castle Ardenvale to create human tokens, and Dalcoven Encampment to create tapped and attacking warrior tokens. We also have Iganjo, Seat of the Empire, which can be channeled as additional interaction. The new Ishgard to the Holy See from Final Fantasy, which has an adventure that can return artifacts or enchantments from our graveyard to our hand. Minas Tirith and Bonder's Enclave for card draw. Monumental Henge to find more artifacts or legendary creatures. And Arena of Glory, which can be exerted to give creatures haste. There's also Gitu Encampment as a creature land, Sokenzin Crucible of Defiance, which can be channeled to create a pair of spirit tokens with haste, Axguard Armory to search up any equipment from our library, Inventor's Fair, which can search up any artifact, and Plaza of Heroes and Tyrite Sanctum to protect our commander or other key creatures. So that's our Bruenor deck. Now it's time to take it into the queue and to play some games. On the play, only 2 lands, but I have both colors. I can play all the cards in my hand and I have lots of ramp. So I think we'll try it. And then we'd like to draw lands and interaction, pretty much. And then next turn we can play Arcane Signet Colossus Hammer. There's Ember Cleave. Would have preferred land. I will say, I think I've said this 100 times if I've said it once, but I can't tell you how many times I've kept a hand with only 2 lands and never drawn land 3, so we'll see how things go here. We did draw land 3. That's pretty good. Alright, so now we just need some interaction. Opponent doesn't have both colors, so they don't get Arabella down right away. And then I can fetch Elegant Parlor to Surveil. Opponent seems to be color screwed here, so we might be able to take advantage of that. And I think I want Blacksmith's Talent. I've got Bruenor to equip equipment for free, so I don't know if I need Blacksmith's Talent. Although giving equipped creatures double strike and haste is pretty good. So I think I'll draw it. Okay, I can play Blacksmith's Talent. And then we'll equip Colossus Hammer, I guess, to the Strike Master. Alright. So that's the deck's game plan. Ramp out Bruenor and start throwing around equipment. On we go. On the play, no ramp, but I do have 3 lands. I think we'll try it. We basically need to draw 1 land for this hand to be perfect. Well, perfect would have been if it had had some ramp in it. Stoneforge Mystic. I've got equipment in hand, so I think I'll play Arms Scavenger. It could be a problem with haste equipment. Alright, Gold Vein pick. So we'll play and equip Gold Vein pick here, I think. Hit for 3. Alright, not sure. I'm surprised opponent didn't just play Arabella. And then, what would be good? Something I can play at a discount with the Stoneforge Mystic. Let's get Ether Spark. Relics Hive. Let's fetch Sacred Foundry here. It also lets us play Dalcoven Encampment. So we'll play Scavenged Blade, equip it to Armed Scavenger. Play Ether Spark. Equip that to Armed Scavenger. Hit for 6. Play Colossus Hammer. Dollmaker Shop. There's Arabella. Let's get Rogue's Gloves here. X-Guard Armory. And then what to do with Ether Spark? Let's add oh, hang on. Oh, shoot. Well, I definitely made a mistake there, but fortunately, opponent had seen enough. We'll take it. On we go. On the play, only 2 lands. I do have Ramp with Sunset Strike Master, but I think we'll take our free mulligan, look for 3 lands. Alright, I don't particularly like this, so I think we'll go to 6 here. Alright, we can keep this. And then I can bottom a land. We're just going to shuffle it back in. I guess we'll fetch it with Scalding Tarn, or I guess we're going to want Elegant Parlor with Scalding Tarn. I think that's fine. And hoping to draw an equipment or 2. I'll draw a land. We'll play Strike Master. Opponent leaves with Instant Ramen. Maybe I should have bottomed the land, since I drew another one. And then I need to fetch untapped land if I want to attack with both Strike Master and Bruenor and Flash and Ember Cleave. Alright. There's Ironcrag. I think Strike Master can attack. I'm pretty sure opponent's not blocking. And they don't. The opponent could play Hugo. They do. Another land is really not what we need. I doubt opponent blocks here. They do. And then I'll take out Cleave. I'll just do that now. Opponent falls to 7. Opponent leaves both commanders in graveyard. Plays Lightning Army of 1. Sacrifices Instant Ramen. And that's enough for opponent. Alright, we'll take it. On we go. On the play, I've got 3 lands and some ramp. So I think this is keepable. Not sure if this is going to be a good matchup or not. At least we have plenty of colorless artifacts that Ugin can't exile. And then we might as well play Solar Transformer, because we can't do anything with the extra mana from the Talisman. Alright, opponent doesn't have ramp, that's a good sign. Could play Bruenor. Maybe we want to ramp some more. Would have been nice to have got Junkyard Scrapper down before Talisman, so we could have triggered the Scrapper, but this was the only way we could get both down. Now opponent ramps. really want to give the opponent a treasure, but we do have to start getting aggressive here. Hit Elegant Parlor. I think I want land. So I've got plenty of mana. We draw Blitzball. Can I play Blitzball and attack and play Ember Cleave? As long as I attack with both Bruenor and Scrapper. Chainsaw. We can play that until the end of our next turn. So I think it's still attack, flashing, Ember Cleave. We'll see how opponent blocks. Opponent falls to 5. Now, the downside of opponent blocking with the Howling Golem is I don't have a target for Chainsaw. Opponent's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so they can play Ugin here.
Our goals align. Spend this mana wisely. One step in the stratagem.
Yeah, we're not winning this game. Opponent can just cast a bunch of colorless spells, exile Blacksmith's Talon, exile Ember Cleave. Yeah. You just needed an opponent to miss a land drop 1 turn. So yes, as I suspected, this was a bad matchup. On we go. On the draw, only 2 lands, although I can fetch my Surveil land to dig for land 3, and I've got ramp, and Ember Cleave probably going to be good in the matchup, because it'll help me attack past the big legendary creatures they'll have out with Warrior of Light Joda. So I think we'll try this. Alright, so opponent also plays tap land turn 1. Alright, we draw land 3, that's great. Osteomancer Adept. So Ember Cleave will also be good to attack past Death Touch blocker here. Sigarda's Aid. I've got other ways of equipping equipment for cheaper for free, like Astor in hand, Bruenor. I think I just want lands and maybe interaction. More ramp would also be fine. Opponent hits for 2, doesn't have a play. Would like to have drawn land. We'll play Bruenor here. Decline. I need the Iron Crag for ramp. The opponent doesn't attack. Play Storm Splitter. Alright, there's land. That's great, because that means I can attack with Bruenor and flash an Ember Cleave. So that's what we're going to do here. Opponent blocks. Alright, opponent falls to 12. Opponent plays Warrior of Light. I can play Junkyard Scrapper, play Blackblade Reforged, equip Blackblade to Bruenor. And that should be good enough. Find Soul Stealer Axe. And there we go. Alright. On we go. On the draw, no ramp, only one color. This is a mulligan. Only 2 lands as well. Alright. I've got Elegant Parlor to help me dig for lane 3. So I think we'll try this. We find lane 3. There's another land. It comes into play tapped. So I guess we'll play... Why don't we play Sigarda's Aid, play Ishgard. And gotta play Inspiring Vantage. If I play the Iron Crag, I can still adventure Kellen. And then what equipment to get? Maybe chainsaw? So I can answer Kalia. The opponent doesn't have black mana. Plays Nyx Lotus. If I play Blitzball, play land, I can play Kellen. And I think I'll fetch Plains, because Scalding Tarn can only fetch red sources, and I have fewer of those that I can get in the deck. And then I want to keep the Iron Crag as ramp for now. Alright, Angelic Quartermaster is fine. Can I play Arcane Signet and Godo? If I fetch untapped land with Scalding Tarn, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so yes I can. And then I guess I'll fetch Basic Mountain, play Arcane Signet, play Godo. Now that I have Blitzball and Arcane Signet, I guess I could consider turning the Iron Crag into an equipment. I think we'll wait, and then maybe when we play Bruenor we will. Alright, and then now what equipment to get? If I get Ember Cleave, put it onto the battlefield, I can attack with Kellen. Alright, opponent can play Kalia now. Plays the Ether Spark. Alright, so I won't be able to kill Quartermaster with Chainsaw, but opponent attacks. Alright, don't have any other samurai to take advantage of Godo's ability. Let's play Arsenal here. And there we go. Alright. The opponent got off to a slow start, and we were able to ramp out faster. Let's take a look at the deck. Alright, so that was our Bruenor deck. You could consider building this deck differently, maybe have less ramp, more cheap equipment. But I think having the consistent ramp, especially if you can get Bruenor out on turn 3, is important. And that's having the recent additions of the Sunset Strike Master, Zookeeper Mechan, Boros Signet, and Talisman of Conviction makes it so much easier to get Bruenor down on 3. And you could make some changes, maybe add more haste equipment. But with all our ramp, I figured more high impact, bigger equipment made more sense. But there's lots of equipment to choose from that's pretty good and that works well with Bruenor. So lots of different ways you could build this deck. But this seemed to work pretty well in my experience. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Do please like and subscribe. If you'd like to see another commander, maybe one from the new Edge of Eternity set, let me know in the comments. And have a good one. Bye.